Right now, you are remembering something wrong. Not a little wrong. Invented. A detail your brain added, smoothed over, or made up completely, and then handed to you as a fact. And the unsettling part? You'd swear on your life it really happened. Your brain lies to you every single day, quietly, confidently, and it's been getting away with it your entire life. You think your memory works like a camera. It records, it stores, you hit play. It doesn't. Not even close. Every time you remember something, you're not opening an old file. You're rebuilding the whole thing from scattered fragments, patching the holes with guesses, and stamping it with whatever you happen to feel in this exact moment. Your brain was never built to keep an honest record. It was built to tell a story that holds together. So the real question isn't, how accurate are my memories? It's, why though? Why would the most powerful organ you own spend all day lying to the one person it's supposed to be protecting? Stick around, because the answer reaches a lot further than your memory. Start with a psychologist named Elizabeth Loftus. She spent 40 years proving something that still makes courtrooms deeply uncomfortable. A human memory is shockingly easy to fake. In her most famous work, The Lost in the Mall study, Loftus and her team sat ordinary, healthy adults down and convinced them of a childhood event that never happened, getting lost in a shopping mall when they were little. These people didn't just shrug and say, maybe. They remembered it. The panic. The kind stranger in the flannel shirt who helped them. The smell of popcorn in the air. Vivid, detailed, emotional, and 100% invented. And this isn't just a clever lab trick. Loftus's work helped reveal how innocent people end up in prison, on the confident testimony of eyewitnesses who genuinely believe what they saw, and are genuinely, completely wrong. So sit with this for a second. If a stranger can plant an entire memory in a single afternoon, what have 30 years of retelling your own favorite stories quietly done to them? Here's the mechanism behind it. It's called reconsolidation. Every time you pull a memory up, it goes soft for a few hours. Unstable. Editable. And when your brain puts it back on the shelf, it can quietly fold in things that were never there. An emotion from today. A line a friend told you last week. A photo you're not even sure is yours. You're not lying on purpose. Your brain is doing the editing for you. In the background. Every single day. So the next time you're absolutely certain how an argument went, the exact words, who raised their voice first, who was clearly in the wrong, understand that there's a very real chance you and the other person are both wrong, and both completely certain. That grudge you've carried for years, you've rewritten it dozens of times. At this point, you're not angry at what actually happened. You're angry at your most recent draft. And memory is just the easiest place to catch your brain in the act. It runs the same trick live, in real time. Decide you're bad at this, and your brain helpfully digs up every time you failed, and quietly buries every time you didn't. Something goes right. That was you. Something goes wrong. That was the circumstances. You're always, conveniently, the main character, and usually the hero. None of it feels like lying. It feels like simply seeing what's there. So, why though? Why build a mind that fakes it this smoothly, this constantly? Because the truth is expensive. Your brain is about 2% of your body weight, and it burns roughly 20% of your energy. It's the most power-hungry thing you own, and its number one rule is brutally simple. Spend as little as possible. A messy, accurate, constantly updated picture of reality costs a fortune to run. A clean, confident story is cheap. So your brain picks the story every single time. Neuroscientist Michael Gazzaniga found the part that builds it. He calls it the interpreter. A system in your left hemisphere with exactly one job. Spin a believable explanation out of whatever scraps it's handed, whether they're true or not. In his split brain experiments, he flashed an image to just one half of a patient's brain. The patient laughed. Then he asked the other half, the half that never saw the image, why they were laughing. It didn't say, "I don't know." It couldn't stand not knowing, so it instantly made something up. "Oh, that machine over there just looks funny." Confident, completely wrong, and totally believed. Your brain would always rather invent a reason than admit it doesn't have one. And you, the conscious you, take that invention and file it as fact. And here's where the whole thing turns over on you. You probably think this lie is happening to you, to the real you, sitting somewhere behind your eyes, watching your life go by. But that you, the single continuous person you felt like for this entire video, is the interpreter's greatest story of all, stitched together out of edited memories, borrowed feelings, and reasons your brain wrote after the fact and never told you about. You're not the pilot reading the real instruments. You're a passenger listening to a calm voice on the intercom, and that voice isn't coming from the cockpit. It's coming from the PR department. You are never the one being lied to. You're the story being told. That sounds bleak. It isn't. Because the exact same machinery that edits your past is the only reason there's a you here to be edited at all. There's no cleaner, truer version waiting underneath. The story is the only place you have ever lived. But it does leave you holding one question. The thing you're most certain about right now, the grudge, the regret, the whole story of who you are. How much of it actually happened? And how much did you quietly rewrite this morning? You won't be able to tell. That's the point. But now at least, you know to ask. And that's why. New question drops Tuesday. And again Friday. Keep asking.